welcome to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you today. So pull up a chair, get cozy. We're going to have a little chat today because we're all friends when we gather around my table. I want to welcome back my returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your kind comments as well. Be sure to check your notification bells because I have reached out to my most recent winner and I'm waiting to hear back from them. And if you are new to the channel, if you've stumbled here for the first time, we would love to welcome you to our soul family. Please consider subscribing to the channel, liking your video if you enjoy this content. It does help me to bring you more content, and I also offer a chance for my subscribers to win a free tarot reading from me as a thank you for your presence here. So please be sure to leave your comment below if you're interested in winning a free tarot reading from me, and I will notify you via the comment section if you're chosen the winner, and I'll give you clear indications on how to reach out to me via one of the links below. So for today's pick a card topic, we're looking at a person on your mind and we're asking the question, are they in love with you? How do they truly feel? Is it love? Is it lust? How do they truly feel? Are they in love with you at this time? We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the Wheel of Fortune and the pink flower. Pile number 2 with the blue flower and the Strength card. Pile number 3 with the orangish flower with the Page of Cups. Now, whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting from Spirit, and my timestamps are listed below. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, today we're asking the question of Spirit of the person on your mind and the person you're holding in your heart space right now. How do they truly feel? Are they in love with you? Pile number 1. Hi, pile 1. You were drawn to the pink flower. You were also drawn to this Wheel of Fortune card, and this is your reading. The person on your mind in this moment, are they in love with you? How do they truly feel about you in this moment? You'll notice that she's holding on to like a stopwatch, a timepiece, and in her heart starts the whole process of this huge gear and all of these cogs. So it's her heart that's leading forward. And the fact that she's holding on to a timepiece could indicate that there's a length of time that we have been dealing with this connection. This could be a connection from the past, for instance. Somebody's still holding space for in our heart space at this time too. And just wondering what type of influence we've had on this person's heart. But I feel like this is a very good indication of how much time you've spent contemplating this person and how much time they perhaps have contemplated you as well. Are they in love with pile number 1, please? How do they truly feel about pile number 1? We have the 2 of Cups. Seven of Cups. Are they in love with pile number 1? How do they truly feel? The Star. Aquarius energy coming through here. I feel like there's a huge crush energy here. I feel like somebody's really crushing on the other person, or it could even be mutual, but there's also a lot of remembrance that's coming through here too. Endurance with the amount of time that I've applied myself here or my thoughts in this situation. So they've been spending a lot of time thinking about this situation. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in a physical disconnection, but there could be an emotional disconnect where we're not really sharing how we truly feel. Yeah, 7 of Swords, sitting in the background, watching with the Panther. And not being honest with myself or other people as well about how I'm truly feeling in this moment. There is a sense of watching you online. There's a connectivity here with the Star of watching you online. A lot of memories that keep this person going. So again, a long-standing connection here. And Spirit keeps talking about compassion being the chosen tool in this moment too. I have another card that specifically says that message that keeps coming to my awareness, but he's applying it, he or she's applying it to this 2 of Cups and to this water lily. I feel like this person wishes for you, but it's a secret. 6 of Swords. Back of deck is the Empress. Emphasis on the Divine Feminine. 4 of Wands. Oh my goodness. So let's clarify this as we go forward here. Are they in love with you? How do they truly feel? I feel like you could be the one that got away, or it's like I keep hearing the missing link. Yeah, 8 of Cups, walked away. And it almost feels like they didn't realize what type of connection this was or how much you've meant to them until you had walked away. It's like all of these epiphanies, all of these truths seem to come in after the fact. Hindsight is always 20/20. We have the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Pentacles coming reversed. Death. Now these golden cards are just a support to my immediate answer. They just add extra context, extra information for me. 8 of Wands. I will say this person feels a mounting and a growing momentum towards wanting to clarify everything and wanting closure. And I think that they're calling it closure. They see that there's been so many setbacks and obstacles that have gotten in the way of what they really want. And they get super jealous when they see you, especially when they're looking at you online. So they're not happy perhaps with what stage of life you're in, or in the very least, it makes them jealous. It makes them insecure. Here's the Ace of Wands. Because there's a feeling of like always having a spark for you. Aquarius is very strong here in this spread today, but always having a spark for you and still holding a spark for you. But it's like the match end is starting to get hot on my fingers. And there's a feeling of like, maybe I should leave this behind. Maybe I should walk away, but how? Without closure, how? How do I surrender the situation? They've been patient, so there's a sense of longevity here. But whatever they're looking at online, it makes them jealous. It makes them feel insecure about the potential of the future. And it almost feels like they're waiting to tell you how they feel. But they don't know how you feel, and I think that that's really affecting them. They wish for you, but you feel maybe even logistically far away. Like you feel far away from them, like they can't touch you. Or they can't reach out to you. Or they could reach out to you, I feel like, online, but I feel like they hesitate to do that because there's a real sense of secrecy and not really sharing how I truly feel in this situation or towards you. You feel like the one that got away to this person, and they're confused by that. They're confused why they're still kind of holding on to this connection, but the truth's actually hidden in plain sight. Spirit says the proof is in the pudding, because the way that they feel is an indicator of the intensity of the attraction. The way that they feel is actually hiding the truth of what you represent to them, which is this Empress energy. And it's like it's hidden. You can even see there's a little fox that's underneath the surface along with the roots. So this established itself a long time ago. A lot of air elements. The two of you could both be air signs. You could both be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or some sort of combination, or have that in your chart. You, of course, don't have to. But they're watching you, and it's a secret. And they can't stop thinking. 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords. If you're thinking about this person, they are thinking about you. And they feel like it was unfinished. In an ideal situation, they would have ended up in a relationship here. This does feel like it's from the past, and there's been a long sense of endurance. They're giving me a sense of India as well, and that's very specific for someone watching. And the 8 of Swords, Ace of Wands. I feel like this person can't they refuse to wrap their head around the truth of how they actually feel, because I feel like this person has a very, very strong connection to you. I feel like you are equally matched when it comes to how you feel, how you're triggered by this person. I feel like there's a school aspect or a school attachment here. You could have gone to school with this person, and they're stuck in this rumination. And they don't understand that that's actually highlighting a mirror of love. You can see she's holding the mirror up to their face, because this spark is actually showing us for an instant the intensity of the attraction, the intensity of the emotion that they still feel for you. How do they truly feel? Is it love? Holding your vision. Trying to balance what they feel in this connection. Back of deck says balancing spirituality and practicality. Trying to balance a logical, practical approach to this connection and the way that they actually feel, which is very intense. And it kind of moves, it's like unresolved grief. and it moves into jealousy, especially when they're viewing you. There's an energy of watching you online. Let's get some message cards to see what sort of thoughts are flowing through their mind, please. Are they in love? How do they truly feel about the situation? I sometimes stay awake thinking about you. Losing sleep with that Nine of Swords. Fantasizing about what could have been. I lost myself for a little while in this connection. I want to tell you how I feel. And I feel like that intention is, or that message is very intense. I try not to react when people mention your name. It's like I'm hiding the truth of how I truly feel. Got more space. We'll get some more cards. I wish that things could be different in the present moment. And the wishes that they have are that you could move into a relationship, because they feel like that's the missing piece. The Eight of Cups, the Two of Cups, together that's the Ten of Cups. It's like I finally see things clearly. But it's almost like they feel like they need a conversation with you to see if they're accurate or if it's all in their head. You were the best thing in my life. I just saw I buried myself in work to forget you. And I hid who I really am for you. I hid who I really am from you, and I regret lying to you about that situation. And I feel like the regrets that they have, Pile 1, are really connected to love, are really connected to emotion and intensity of emotion. I just think that they are a logical person that can't really wrap their head around the idea of soulmate energy, or maybe they don't necessarily subscribe to that ideology. We have here be of service, number 41, but that could be where you come in. Because Spirit says they're using the attraction that they have for you to spark some type of spiritual reflection. All of this rumination eventually leads them to question, why you, why me, why this connection, why is it so intense when I compare it to other things that I've experienced, why? So you help to kind of peel back the layers of their own, of their spirituality, or of how emotional connections help us to evolve in spirituality. We also have here clearing out the old. Back of the deck says the big picture, seeing the big picture. And it took a while, and it took distance and space between the two of you to see the big picture in this moment. There is an aspect of clearance that is necessary for me to be able to achieve momentum or more opportunity here. I do feel like this person feels the necessity to reach out to you. They're feeling a growing, mounting desire to reach out to you. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I also feel like there could be obstacles on your end that don't allow a lot of progress, especially if you've moved into, you know, a more abundant timeline than they have in this moment. How do they truly feel, please? Are they in love with pile number 1? Romantic feelings are real and worth exploring. They feel like you could have been the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you need or that you seek. And you deserve love. You are lovable. But we have wedding on the back of the deck. The situation involves marriage, and they hold back because of a commitment cycle, or because they've seen you in a commitment cycle, or they're assuming that. So they don't want to wreak havoc in your life at this time. So they're being very respectful of how they truly feel. They're holding themselves back out of that respect too. Some of it's fear. What was the last thought they had about pile number 1 in the bowl, please? We have the Page of Wands, 10 of Cups, and 5 of Pentacles. So separation perhaps on the horizon, feeling anchored maybe in a position. There could be family energy surrounding you or them at this time too. And it's not that there isn't abundance in those areas. It's just that you're a hard loss. It's hard to let you go. It's hard to let this opportunity or the potential of this opportunity go. And they feel like they fumbled the ball. They feel like they really fumbled things. I think they don't know how to admit that there's love here. It's not over for this person. In the charm bowl, we have the letter S, C, and W. We have V. When I see the big brown V, I do think of the Hierophant and positions being an issue, sometimes like schooling as well. We have Pisces energy for the divine feminine. We have and so it's not over. It just feels like it's just a part of me now. It's a part of my existence. Taking a bite out of change perhaps would mean claiming our independence, facing the unknown. Here's Leo energy and the Scorpio energy. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates, and I'm praying for you. Your guides are going to walk with you no matter what path you choose to take in this connection, of course. If you are interested in winning the free tarot reading, be sure to drop your comment below with, actually underneath any of my videos this month. It doesn't have to be this video. Be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner and we can get the ball rolling. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, and that link is below, and I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile 2. You are drawn to the blue flower. You're also drawn to the Strength card, and this is your reading. Are they in love with you? The person on your mind, how do they truly feel about you at this moment? Now, Strength energy is always speaking to Leo energy for me, and whenever I see those little 2 buns in the hair, I do think about something that maybe I shouldn't want or feels dangerous to want. It feels like I could be judged for wanting it in some way too, and that this does test my strength. That maybe I have to tame the desires inside of me. They're trying to pet the lion and tame the desires inside. So let's take a look here and see, are they in love with pile number 2? How do they truly feel? We have the 7 of Wands coming out first for you. Now, these hat boxes, I always think of the hat as a status symbol. And they look like they're stacked up like a tower. This bow is wrapping it all up. And so there's like a sense of like, I've built something for myself, and from the outside it looks like a pretty picture. The bow is also red and white, which is my symbol for fear of loss coming through here too. But the hamster on top of the tower is like the wheels are turning. When I think of the tower building, it's like a solid build with effort, and here's the hamster wheels just turning, because the obstacle could be a tower. For instance, the obstacle here could be the hat boxes, the complacency, the status, because they see obstacles right out of the gate, but the wheels are turning. You make the wheels turn. And I just heard teddy bear, like a teddy bear hamster, but a teddy bear. So it's like this could be describing this person or this type of personality. We have the Emperor, Aries. We have the 9 of Coins. Are they in love with you? How do they truly feel? We have the Moon. It wanted to come out sideways as well, so we're going to remember that it came out sort of in a state of limbo. And we have the Knight of Cups. Back of the deck, we do have the 5 of Wands, and they're showing us the 9 of Cups. Now we're going to clarify as we go forward here. Can we please clarify the 7 of Wands? Are they in love with pile number 2? King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles here could have a commitment cycle, if I was being honest. That may not resonate with everyone. Please take the messages as they resonate and leave behind those that do not feel right to you, because I am reading for the collective. But you can see how the King has stacked up all of these coins too. Like, that's a lot of abundance. And in a lot of ways, that abundance is something that supports us. But in this case, this abundance might be the obstacle getting in the way. It's like, I'm very comfortable in my position. And sometimes when we're comfortable, when our needs are getting met, it makes us complacent when it comes to our dreams and our goals and our desires. Here is the 8 of Swords and the Ace of Wands reversed. Ace of Wands coming out sideways, because there's an emphasis on freedom and release, and being inspired by you for freedom and release. So that could be why it tests their strength, the desire that they have, because it feels like it's not something they should want because of what they have. It's like, I should be satisfied maybe with what I have. But you it's like it's like you distract them, you stop traffic. There is a strong physical attraction. I feel like the two of you could be in communication right now. Maybe you work together or something, but like there's something so attractive about you. And they're highlighting vital organs, like, and they're highlighting the chest. They're highlighting the rest of the divine feminine in this moment as well. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. Back of the deck is the Five of Swords here and the Temperance. Now the question that we're bringing towards Spirit today is this person in love with you? What are their true feelings? And because tarot is a snippet of the present energy, it gives us an indication of where this momentum is carrying us. I feel like they're still gathering information about you, pal, too. I feel like you make them thirsty and you make them feel attractive. You make that, like, when you talk to them, when you communicate with them, or any type of exchange that you have, they like the attention that you give them, and it makes them want to be with you. Like, it makes them want to be in your company. It's like you let them tap back into the knighthood. If they're already in position of the king, the emperor, they're already seated, they have already done the work to build something for themselves, you give them that exciting exchange of like, what if? What if I could go back to my knighthood? What if I could take action? It's like this person is in love with the idea of being in love, and you're fitting the bill perfectly. I feel like they're falling for you, if I was honest. Because in the future position, we have this Knight of Cups coming forward with an offer because you're special, and they see that. There's something unique about you. There is a very strong priority to physically how you look because you're gorgeous. And so they're really focused on that, on how attractive you are in this moment. But part of that focus on your attraction right now is actually being utilized as a scapegoat, because if they admit that it's deeper than attraction, they're facing an unknown and it's affecting their investments. And they're afraid to go into that unknown right now. They're afraid to do the work or to let the emotion in that they're feeling. But here's the Ace of Cups coming in. It's like bringing up the rear with the Knight of Cups. It's something that's overflowing. The Ace of Cups is an initiation of something brand new, and something I want to continue to explore. But I feel like there's this competition. It's like there's a sense of restlessness and competition for you, and it's like they're crushing on you so hard. But there's that little turtle wearing that little hat of status and complacency, and here is the Knight of Swords trying to guard himself against the reality of like, you're special, I should take action upon this. But it's like, do I have to surrender it because it's just a dream, just a fantasy in this present moment? That's what they're competing with right now. The Five of Wands, the Five of Swords. They're saying, I want you, you trigger me. It's mutual, it's intentional, but I can't right now. But with time, it's like they're just self-preserving. They're just protecting themselves. With time, they can't help but fall for you. And that opens up a whole other can of worms. It's like they're having to tame the desires that they have towards coming forward with an offer, because you give them so much potential to tap into a personality type or to tap into some power or abundance that they feel like is missing in their environment right now. So there's like this exchange happening right now. There's an investment happening with the attraction that they have, and they're afraid to get in that water with you. Just like this poodle that's cut like this to protect vital organs in the water as it's retrieving things, they're afraid. They're trying to protect themselves against the way that they're feeling. But I don't think they're doing a very good job at it, or it may not be accomplished, because I feel like they're falling for you. You're filling up what they would perceive to be something missing inside of them. You're filling that up, and it's only a matter of time before it starts to reach the overflow. How do they truly feel, please? Are they in love? So in this case, pile 2, I feel like they are falling for you. I feel like they're still gathering information about you. I feel like they're still experiencing like the triggers and the prompts and the inspiration from Spirit to allow that descent, so to speak. Yeah, it says relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child, but growth. So there's a transformation that's happening. Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together, thinking of you as in a perfection. You are perfection. The Nine of Pentacles is something I look up to. I want to align myself with the Nine of Pentacles. Because if I have you on my arm, that's a huge position of power. Back of the deck says sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive persistence, and working on it. There could be a work connection here for you, pal, too. They're also speaking about how they have a tendency when they're falling to maybe self-sabotage, or this could be an aspect of self-sabotage in their own current environment. How do they truly feel, please? You have here stepping out of your comfort zone and really contemplating that when it comes to this connection. Having to step outside of a zone that I've built for myself, where there could be a lot of comfort. They're worried though. It's like if they're back of the deck. It's interesting because back of the deck says, nothing will come of this situation, but the card that came out said, be bold and make the first move. So ultimately, they could hesitate to make the first move because of positions, or they could be really worried that if they don't take action, nothing will come out of this situation. Let's get some message cards here to see what sort of thoughts and feelings they are having, please, regarding their emotions, their attachment. Are they in love right now? How do they truly feel? We have, I worry about us a lot because you are wrong. And they could be worried because they feel wrong for wanting you in this moment. But they say, I never imagined so much perfection. And I just want space to be able to explore that. I also feel like they kind of wished for clarity from you about you feeling mutual. I feel like there's a lot of communication between the two of you. I just want you all the time. 8 of Wands. And it's a growing momentum. It's a mounting pressure. Ooh, I know you feel the same way. This is coming from a completely separate deck. Back of the deck we have, I don't want to lose you. What do you want? Ace of Pentacles. It's like they don't want to lose the opportunity, but they're also worried about loss in a lot of ways. How do they truly feel, please? Are they in love with pile number 2? Romantic feelings are real and worth exploring. I feel like this might have come out in pile 1. I just saw separation. I think that came out in pile 1 as well. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. There's an emphasis on this painting on the daisy and playfulness and flirtation, so that could be happening between the two of you. It helps them to tap back into that youthful energy, and it's like there's this swing. It's like swinging back and forth. There's a sense of this momentum, but they don't know where it's going to carry them. How do they truly feel, please, about pile number 2? Is it love? You have here inner truths, number 16. I do think of the Tower with number 16 as well, and how they're hiding their true feelings in an inside place. We have trust in your own understanding. So even if, I feel like this person's being pulled to act outside of their normal way of being, outside of their position, and this is calling for them to kind of face some really major challenges here with the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords. You'll notice the 32 breaks down to a 5 because these are hurdles within their own ascension. And so it's like they don't quite understand, or they don't trust in their own inspiration to guide them. This could be a situation where it's calling for them to trust in their inner truth and to reveal that to other people, come what may, regardless of consequences. We have love matters. And that's the challenge here too, is that they're falling for you. They're falling, and in the future I feel like they're falling even deeper into an emotional state with you. And that type of feeling, grasping a hold of that is important to our human condition. It's like our experience matters and love matters. But we can only love each other to the capacity of which we love ourselves at times as well. So they could be very much attracted to you because you are confident and carry yourself with so much confidence, and they want to align themselves with that frequency. What was the last thought that they had about pile number 2, please, in the bowl? The Empress. They were communicating with you, or they were thinking about a conversation with you. They were thinking about how much they don't kind of match up to your abundance. They were thinking about your beauty, attraction. She's covered in pomegranates. And we have the 2 of Swords. They were also thinking about a decision that has to be made, that they can't quite arrive to that conclusion or to a decision yet. And perhaps even their inability to commit. We have P and P. We also have the squirrel taking a leap of faith off of this limb. We also have the tree of life. So I do think about commitment cycles or investments that I've made. We have Capricorn here with the chain. So chains of attachment, but also desire for you. And a commandment from the Bible that says, honor thy father and thy mother. So there could be a family energy here as well. Pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 3, you are drawn to the orange flower. You're also drawn to the Page of Cups, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, how do they truly feel? Are they in love with you? Now, the Page of Cups here, you can see she's got this little teacup in her hand. There's a little goldfish coming up out of the teacup. And the Page of Cups really speaks about our intuitive prompts that come up out of the blue for us. Thoughts of you that perhaps pop up out of the blue. There's a sense of them really contemplating maybe safety versus taking action towards you. There's a prompt that comes up about bringing in constructive feedback or bringing in information. It's like they sometimes feel driven to give you the information, but they weigh that against their own safety or against, practical ascension in some way. I also just feel like this represents how thoughts of you can both empower with the red flower or the orange flower, or can sometimes help us criticize ourselves. It's like they choose which way they want to direct those thoughts. We're going to use the Dark Wood Tarot for you, pile 3. Are they in love with you? How do they truly feel about pile number 3? Your intuition might tell you that they feel the same way and that they are in love with you. But I also feel like sometimes you second guess your own intuition as well. And then you tell yourself sometimes that maybe it's all in your head. How do they truly feel, please? We've got a bunch coming out. We have the 5 of Swords coming out with the King of Pentacles. This is a dark deck. We also have the 3 of Wands coming out here as well for you, pile 3. We have the Tower coming in the reversal. Place them like that. We have the Page of Swords. We have the 6 of Pentacles. I feel like this person holds back because they do not want to get rejected. I feel like they hold back because they don't know how you feel. I feel like you hold back for the exact same reason. It's like they're trying to avoid upheaval, or they're trying to avert disaster by just watching instead of acting upon how they feel. But I feel like that's perhaps a lesson that they've learned the hard way. Like there's an emphasis here on learning lessons the hard way. And this could be a repeat lesson that there is now being applied to this connection. Now, they could have a contract or soul contract with someone else. We can see the 6 of Pentacles here with the Devil. This could be an old soul contract between the two of you, where this is the lifetime where we have the opportunity to bring some karmic energy into justice, to move ourselves in a different direction, to apply ourselves differently than we have in past opportunities in this connection. We have the Hermit. Are they in love with you? How do they truly feel? 4 of Wands. It's almost like they're trying to avoid the intuitive prompts that come in from Spirit that tell them this could be the one for you. Spirit pops up with inspiration about you, with constructive criticism towards this person about you. It's like Spirit's trying to, and I don't want to use a word like criticism, so we'll use feedback, but Spirit pops up all the time to this person and says, shines a light on you, shines a spotlight on you. And they avoid the lesson. It's like they know the lightning's coming, so they just turn around and they don't face it, or they stick their head under the pillow because they're afraid of storms. And what the revelation and the action in acting towards their truth towards you would mean for them, mean for their life. I just saw the 5 of Pentacles. Mean for your life. Ace of Pentacles, they just feel like this is a situation where it requires us to be careful and cautious and logical and take that approach before we jump into action. And it's like, it's been too long. There's so much timing here where we've delayed or where we've resisted. I feel like I've even delayed telling you how I feel in the situation. We have the Nine of Wands. And it's like I'm worried. It's like ultimately, if I don't take the bull by the horns, they're showing like the river Styx and somebody being pushed across in the river Styx with the coins in their mouth. It's like I'm going to like eat my words, or I'm going to carry it to my grave, so to speak. Now, we can't deny the Tower here. We can't deny the King of Pentacles. We can't deny that there's conflict with the Five of Swords and somebody who's trying to prioritize their own safety. This could mean that they are in a soul contract with someone else, and that's why they feel like it requires careful handling. That could also be why they are refusing to see the truth. Because even here with this Four of Wands, you can see that I often say it looks like a parasol. It's not raining in this card, so this hood isn't keeping the rain out. It's keeping the sun off of me. And when the sun is being kept from me, I can't see things clearly. Because if I saw things clearly, maybe it would make me want to advance here at the Three of Wands. But I can't. That's the obstacle. I need to find the determination to see the light. I need to find the determination to face the truth of how I feel. And the truth is that even when they try to avoid that lesson, their environment gives them clues because they feel like something's missing there. Their environment gives them that truth. The truth will always reveal itself to us in some way. It all comes out in the wash, just like my grandma used to say. And so they're talking about how their environment makes them feel like something is missing. And that's an intuitive message from Spirit. That's a prompt. Because when something's missing there, they feel like you could fill that gap. But I also feel like they hold back because they're intimidated by your truth. And you perhaps you haven't had the strength to reveal yourself to them either. And so because of that, there's a stagnation that exists here. Queen of Swords, back of deck, and there's the Knight of Pentacles. And they're highlighting, we need to call a spade and tell it like it is in the situation. But here, the horse, again, missing ears. I can't hear you. It's like because it might affect my integrity or might affect the decisions that I'm making and what I've invested in this moment. But they feel like you are the key. They're just lying about it. They're wearing masks. They feel like you're the key to abundance. You're the key to success. Six of Wands. But they're going to have to face a truth, a reality, to go through that passage. And that's the prompt, the intuition that Spirit brings up when thoughts come to you. But it's like they're holding it. They're holding those scythe energy. It's like, well, what will I have to release? I'm trying to avoid upheaval in my life. But maybe this upheaval is exactly what I need to experience more abundance in my own emotional experience. And everybody deserves to feel abundant and to feel whole and feel like they belong. I feel like they're afraid to admit to themselves that they are in love with you. Because that's a conflict. The Five of Swords says, I'm gaslighting myself into believing that I don't. Or I'm gaslighting myself because if I believe it, what if I have to surrender to it? And then I have to face the change. It's easier not to. But is it? Because they're also talking about, like, we have to choose our version of hard. Staying away and staying influenced by this connection and avoidance, all of that takes a lot of energy. That's a hard road. That's going to create sort of a chronic pain. Facing the Tower, facing upheaval, facing change, facing permanent change, that's hard too. The dust will settle, the smoke will clear, and we'll see the change in that, but that's still change and still hard. So we have to just choose our version of hard. We have love. Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. And we often say that people can only love each other to the capacity of which they love themselves. And so their self-love, if they could learn to love themselves fully, they would be able to acknowledge the unconditional love that exists in this connection, the twin flame energy that exists in this connection. And I just heard the term strange fruit, like that song from years ago, but it's not in reference to what that song is about. They're talking about the Six of Pentacles and what I've built for myself. It's like I have fruit there, but they're calling it strange fruit. And I think they're referencing the fact that something is missing for them there. Sword in the Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, and honor. They are worried about honor. They spoke about that with the Knight of Pentacles here. They're worried about honor. That's why they're afraid to call a spade a spade. They're afraid to say, this is how I feel. They're being strategic, taking a chance, options, not showing their true hands, and taking a gamble. Back of the deck says, I need time. This is going to take time for me to make progress, time to heal, time to face my truth. But I feel like there's already been a significant amount of time. Even this skull here is growing moss, and that takes time. How do they truly feel, please? Is it love that they're feeling? Have faith in your dreams. This is going to require a new romantic cycle beginning in this situation. And I will say this card, Meditate and Contemplate, has showed up in every single spread today. Because you can see that these two fish are chasing each other around. And so there's a requirement for that. With all of tarot readings is for us to reflect after the reading about what information we've been given. But I feel like there's an energy here of you chasing each other in circles. Both feeling very emotionally invested, but those fish are under the surface of the water. And perhaps a new cycle begins or is necessary, but we have to have faith because it's going to take time to be able to achieve that goal. Let's get some message cards here. See what they are thinking and feeling. Got some extras in here that do not belong to this deck, so I'm just arranging them. How are they currently feeling and thinking towards pile number 3, please? How do they truly feel? You give me a heart on. Every time I see this card, I do give a little bit of a giggle because it's like a sexual innuendo. Someone who's saying what they feel without saying what they feel, adding a flirtation to it. But it's physical and it's emotional all at the same time. It's avoidance, I will say. It's avoidance of the truth. I go home all to myself, the hermit energy. And they may not go home all to themselves, but there's a loneliness there. It's like I may not be surrounded by lots of people, but there's still a loneliness that I experience. I have too many responsibilities. That's why the Tower is reversed. One of which is the fear of what happens in the unknown. Especially in a stage of reality and transition. Do you even want me back? Do you even want me? How do you feel? How would you receive them? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy coming in from the Divine Feminine. I also just saw Leo energy. I think about you every single day. And it says here, don't you worry, I'm coming. I never let you into my sanctuary. And that's the Four of Wands. It's like a sanctuary that I built for myself. And the reality, the truth. Never even letting the thoughts, the inspiration into my sanctuary, because then it will rattle me and it will trigger me to action. How do they truly feel, please? Are they in love with pile number 3? We have here, make a decision and take appropriate action with number 11. They are highlighting Libra energy and justice and position and the cause and effect of our action. So this connection requires a decision. You may also be able to relate some of these messages to yourself and your own position, but this is what's coming from their perspective towards you. Be gentle with yourself. 11 and 33. Be gentle with yourself when contemplating foundations and contemplating what we have built for ourselves, and being gentle enough to offer our own selves compassion to prioritize spiritual love. Back of the deck says the ideal course of action. You can see a bunch of this polar bear. I think of boundaries. We have compassion is an ideal course of action, but all of these flamingos and then the wishing energy. It's like embracing the in-between. And so in this moment, the ideal course of action for them is to embrace this in-between until they can figure out what to do with all of this feeling and all of this love that they have. Because I do feel like this person does love you, pile 3. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. What was the last thought they had about pile number 3 in the bowl? Scattered energies, wasted potential. It's almost like they were thinking that you are the right person, wrong timing. It's like I would take action today if I didn't have to worry about the consequences. They had a very fiery thought that came through about you, pile 3. Oops. We have the pineapple. I do think about friendship, reunions, and I think of swingers, swinging energy. So take that as it resonates. We have Y and D in the bowl, K and J. We also have little Mickey Mouse ears next to the key, so that's my symbol for children, maybe even youth, maybe a connection in youth where children are a factor. We have the big acorn, potential, but fear of leaping, and we have old fairy tales. It's like dreams that they don't know are possible. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates, and I'm praying for you. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, please be sure to drop your comment below if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner. You can also check out my link for a personal reading from Etsy, that is below as well. I would love to read for you. I do update that shop every day, but if you go to the shop and it's empty, it just means I've sold out for that day, but I will be relisting the next day, so be sure to check back. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you have a great week, and I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage.